What is good, people? What is good? Nah, I'm playing with y'all. Yeah, you all have not ever seen my latest form, which is Nerd Isaac. Should we wait for some people to get into chat for me to start talking? Because if we're gonna do that, it wouldn't be too bad. But right now we're doing a weekly revision earlier. I did say Sunday, but it's actually gonna be Saturday. It's gonna be Saturday. Real quick, I just want to see my muscles. I low-key look a little small, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I look a little small, but this is my build right now. A little flexing. Apologies, guys. Today is just I was kind of bored today because I just finished work and I was just like, you know what? Let me just make some videos and then let me also just do my live weekly review. It saves me from doing it tomorrow, which I probably will maybe still do a live tomorrow. But today, I'm just getting done what I was supposed to do tomorrow. What I aimed today, I'm going to do what I was supposed to do tomorrow. We may just start as soon as we get either one person in this, or maybe when we hit 3 minutes, depending. But should I just give you like a weekly rundown of my day today? You know what? We're gonna spark this up. We're gonna make it interesting. Today, actually, I'll take off my glasses, right? By the way, these aren't prescription glasses. They're actually medical glasses. Just like seeing your broke holes, bro. But, today, kind of just worked the whole day, y'all, just because I'm trying to get some more bread. Unexpected expenses came through, and I have to kind of weave left, right, to be able to be cool. Point is, give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to do a hoe right now. My goal is to try Vanessa to come today, but I have work this morning, so it's a risk. We'll see. You want man grab it or something? Yeah. $10 hold on. So I'll stop this guys probably in 3 minutes or 5 minutes of this live. And that's when I'll probably start, explaining everything. And if people just decide to come when I'm explaining shit, See, this chick doesn't look like a hoe, y'all, but she had like a tattoo on her leg. So I'm just like, yeah, use a hoe. Like, who the fuck gets a tattoo on that leg? Right. You think I'm stupid? Also, peep the beard, y'all. Peep the beard. I know the beard is nothing too special. But I'm maybe gonna cut it. Maybe just gonna cut this here, just so that I have this. I'm also gonna try to adjust my lighting as well. And a photo. Hold on. No. You been there all the time? Right. Nerd. Done. There's not much to do in your boom. Alright, y'all. 4 minutes. I'm quickly gonna adjust the lighting to see if I can look even more sexier. Because he doesn't want to look sexy. Don't even understand how this works, but there is nothing attached to this light. What that means is, you're supposed to put something in here to turn on this light. But since I've just been leaving the charger in, or the cord in here like overnight for like the past months, not just a month, this light is just like low-key powered for like probably a week, and then it turns off. So I can just kind of put this anywhere, kind of see what's the best lighting. Hold on, let me just quickly adjust this. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of makes me look kind of cooked right now. There we go. Not bad. Can that work? No. No. Okay, if I just do this, right? Oh shit, my bad, y'all. My bad, gang. If I just do this. And I turn this one off. Would you all say this is enough lighting? It's pretty good lighting. Because I think this is pretty good lighting. I think too much is not good, so. Was the previous lighting good or this one good? I don't know. I'm gonna say this one's better. Fuck it. Anyway, yo, let's get to it. And we're gonna start with obviously Monday. This week, I'll give you guys an update now this week. I probably should have said before, by the way, that to skip to 5 minutes if you want to start the analysis for this week. But this week has been pretty simple, y'all. This week has been very annoying, as there were certain things which I should have entered in and earlier, especially earlier, but I ended up not entering in earlier, which kind of cost me a lot. But no, such is life, it happens. So anyway, let's get to it. We're gonna start with Monday, yeah? Oh, you guys can't see, sorry. Monday. We're gonna share screen. I'm gonna share phone. Right? Monday, this is how Monday's looking. Here it is. I traded a Euro USD on Monday. And by the way, guys, I've gotten really good, or it's probably just, no, I'm gonna keep saying this. I've gotten really good at choosing the best pairs out of the best trade out of the two pairs. I'm low-key a little bit cracked. I'm not gonna lie. Look at L here. Oh, by the way, guys, side note. You've probably been seeing these sort of notes. These notes are kind of there just to help me learn certain small lessons. Like this trade here was a forward test just to confirm if I can take a sell from a continuation of the initial area planning to sell at, if it would be a good area to sell at. Right. So what that really means is there was a good area right here to take a sell at, but priced it early. It's supposed to be in the market, which is right here. Price kind of rejected this area, came down, and then it respected it, right? If we label this out right here, it respected this area and continued pushing down. So from here, I probably would have gotten this sort of trade or even more due to the fact that, this is the bottom of liquidity. But if I let this run with it, probably would have taken out maybe somewhere here. Sorry, not some. Maybe somewhere here, right here, or even here, due to the fact of my V exit strategy. Anyway, the point is, let's go to Monday. It's a bit of a side note. Coming to Monday, this trade, I think the only reason why I not lost this trade, the only thing I could improve from this trade on Monday specifically is not taking that extra sell. The reason why this sell was not worth it at all is because it was a waste. You can clearly see price just chopping up right now. It was messing up. It was lagging. It was staggering. And it just wasn't the best just because purely price did not want to make a decision. If price decided to do something like this, guys, down, up, respected this fucking area, and then push down, then this would have been a good area to take a sell at. But it didn't. You know what it did instead? Decided to do this because price wants to make shit hard. Up, down, 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 and then it chooses away, right? And you can kind of see why price chose initially to push up before pushing down, which we'll get to the point real deep right now. Right, you guys can see this. Let's peep the game, peep the analysis. Price, look, where's the top liquidity from 7:30 onwards? Sorry, 5:30 onwards. Top liquidity right now from 5:30. Well, hold on, let me rephrase that. Where is the top liquidity? 5-hour space. This 5-hour spectrum. Where's the top liquidity? The top liquidity, I don't know if you guys can see it, is right here. My stop loss was obviously on top, but the top liquidity was right here. Before I actually do anything, I'm going to take this out real quick. Before I actually do anything, I'm also going to show you guys the range which price did form in this situation. So when price was pushing up, you would probably make the range something like this, right? Something like this. So seeing these two, I'll quickly also, Like, wait, do I have 3? Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm probably gonna delete that one. I'm just gonna do something like that, y'all. Anyway, so you see the range, and see this is the top liquidity. Let's also hit the bottom liquidity. Let's also show you guys what the bottom liquidity has. So we'll also change the color. We'll make them yellow. Fuck it. We'll make it yellow or blue. Blue, 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 and we'll go yellow. Blue and yellow. Top liquidity is yellow. Bottom liquidity is blue. Which one keeps getting taken out? We're not talking about the range middle, the average price range. We're not talking about that. The average price, we want to probably change this color just so it's not confusing at all. Right. Purple's not a dark color. Which one got constantly taken out? And this right here is aqua. Sorry, I'm losing brain cells. Aqua. The color aqua. Why I say agua? The color aqua is going to be the bottom of the liquidity for this initial range. So what kept getting taken out? Was it the yellow line or the blue line? Well, the aqua line, right? Over this 5-minute spectrum, over this 5-minute sort of time frame, what liquidity kept getting taken out? It was the aqua. The reason why, I don't even know, to be honest with you. Doesn't even matter. But the point is, in a range, when price hits the bottom part of a range or the top part of the range first, where does it go next? It goes to the other side. So from this mini range price made, price decided to hit the bottom range, came back up, respected the average price range, came back down, grabbed the bottom range again. So this bottom range got taken out once, got taken out twice, got taken out 3 times, got taken out damn near 4 times. And then coming closer to New York, or when I actually got into New York, price decided to grab the top. So we can clearly see why price decided to come up. That was kind of predictable, but I just had to still lose to learn the lesson. And even from these lessons, what price could do is in these situations specifically, what price can do is price does this range. Hold on, I actually took this out. Price does this range. And during this range, price keeps grabbing the aqua line. Then it pushes all the way down. It pushes all the way down exactly to where I wanted it to. Or even here. So in this area, because there's a monthly open price, which is a bit of resistance, or you can say support for this, or the daily open / weekly open. So price can literally be ranging, continually grabbing the aqua line and the new founded liquidity it keeps on making until it touches the daily open or the monthly open for it to come back up to grab this one. So it could have done 2 things, and that's why I stayed in this trade, because prices, in reality, these trades are all about probabilities. And something that my mentor did tell me that's kind of stuck to me now is that you don't have to focus on winning 5 out of 5 times. Just focus on winning 3 out of 5 times, or more often than not, or just understand that you're not going to win all the time, but you may win 3 out of 5 times is what I'm trying to say. So the point is, this trade, added a position, took a sell on top of that too, lost. Did this affect me? No, because I realized, yes, Mondays are also different. Mondays could go up when it plans on going down. What that means is Mondays can start off by pushing up, even though the whole market is saying to go down. And then by Thursday, price goes down. So that's what I mean. Monday is not really predictable too much, right? So it's a flip of a coin, but I still decide to take that Monday because Monday can work in my favor. As for today, I did get the move. It just happened way later. So, lesson to learn from this was just not to take that extra sell. The reason why not to take that extra sell, because price didn't respect the structure which I was looking for. And what I was looking for was either price doing something like this. Right? Where price comes up, I take a sell right here. The reason why I take a sell right here is because the timing and also price grab the liquidity. Don't mind these monthly open prices, but price just grab the liquidity. And then I take another sell right here because price is respecting the zones and it broke the structure to the downside. This is probably called a break and retest. I don't even fucking know, to be honest with you. Doesn't matter. No, the point is just understanding why it's doing what and what you're really looking for. What we're looking for is we want price to break structure, which is right here, and respect it. We don't want price doing what it did just now, or not just now, but on Monday, which it did this. Boom, 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 right? Everything right. And then it started doing this. We don't want that because when it does this, it becomes too hard to read. It becomes choppy. You don't want to be chopped right. So that's why we don't like it. And that's why we can also see why price decided to push up first before pushing down. Because, of course, if we go all the way to the left too, liquidity was also standing right there. Which did price grab? Did price grab? No, it didn't. It kind of, I don't even know if it did. These are the weird ones, but the point, no, it did. It did. Price literally just grabbed it by like a 0.1 pip. But price was just also targeting that liquidity area. Maybe you just wanted to store up some liquidity before pushing up. But the point is, guys, this is where you can kind of see your trade either losing, coming through when it doesn't want to respect structure, or it doesn't do this other certain flow of movement, which I was also looking for. And this is kind of controversial. And that's low-key why I like this strategy. The other controversial move, which I was waiting for price to do if it decided to do it today, was if price decided to, do this normal thing. By the way, the reason why I took a sell was because price grabbed the top of the range during pretty good timing, actually earlier timing. But the point is, price grabbed the top of the range. And if price did this, down, up, right, came all the way up here, then came back down again. So what I'm trying to say is, if price did this, ranged, grabbed the top, this is where I took my first sell, came back down, came back up, grabbed the top again, while my first trade is still in. So it's looking something like this. This is where I was also looking for a sell, especially if I had good timing. So let's just say price here was at the start of London. And then this price here, what price did here when it grabbed the next previous liquidity of the top side, was at an hour after London Open. I would take that sell because it's still good timing. Price to just grab that extra liquidity. And you have a better risk to reward with that second trade. It seems weird because people would rather do the first example rather than the second example. As for my mentor does this example. And I can understand why it works because logically thinking you would do that, right? But the reason why you would also do the first example, which I learned from a book, the reason why is you want to really bet on your winners that are winning instead of betting on something that is losing. So when something's in drawdown, you don't want to just add another position because it's in drawdown. You'd rather add another position because it's in the winning or it's in profits because it's going your way. It's doing exactly what you want it to do, right? But I can also see the mental side where, when you add it to a loss, when you add it in drawdown, your losses are still small because it's probably, let's just say price goes halfway across your drawdown, right? Which what I mean is if price does something like this, you take a sell here, price comes back up, it's right here. You take a sell right here, you put your other stop loss exactly where your other stop loss was. Now you have half the stop loss of what this one had. If that makes sense. So you're risking less, but still making a lot more because it's further away from your TP area. But it's also, you get what I'm saying, guys. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. So both ways kind of work. And for me personally, both ways work. So, I've started implementing both. I've only implemented the one way, which was from the book. But then I realized, my mentor actually does the other way, which is also the way where everyone kind of walks in and understands why you should do it, but no one really does it because, about the reason I explained. The point is, both ways work for the strategy, so that's why I've decided to do that. But for this case, I took another sell here just because price broke structures multiple times, and it's kind of with a certain feeling. When price keeps breaking structure, you kind of see price slowly coming down, understanding that price can do this sort of move, but also understanding that price could literally do something like this. Like from this trade right here, when price did grab the first one, so not the first one. See, when price grabbed the first liquidity, or when price was ranging here, as soon as it grabbed the first liquidity, what price could have actually done was my example where price should shoot straight down like that before coming back up to grab the top liquidity. And during that situation, I was expecting price to do that, so that I would add in another position before price continues to push down, so that I can have two positions in. But price didn't end up doing that, and it's okay. You lose some, you win some. And I'm pretty sure I cut my stop loss. That's why it's smaller and it's closer to the top of the range. Anyway, that's the first trade. Let me just quickly check if anyone's in this so I can socialize. Oh, we got one viewer. What's up, peep? Oh, yo, Shashi. My bad, gang. What's up, Sashi? I was just chatting. Yo, Sashi, where you at, bro? Where you at? Come on now, bro. Sashi is crazy, man. I'm sorry, bro. I apologize. On the screen, bro. What do you mean on the screen, bro? I don't know what you talk. Wait. Hello. No, people can hear me. Hold on. I'm confused. When did you also come in, Sashi? Sorry, I was chatting too much. Apologies. Anyway, yo, what's up, Sashi? Just want to let you know I see you, so I'm just going to quickly respond to you. Yo, Sashi. Yo. What's up? Sashi. Yeah, I really need to keep it so I can see my chat. I'm not going to lie. I keep neglecting my chat a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and... Before I move to the second trade, I'm going to see if there's a way for me to... Let's see if there's a way for me to do this. Also, quick pause, right? I think some of my subscribers are bad bitches, the fuck? Sorry, I just lost my voice real quick. Nah, I was just checking out these hoes, bro. I ain't gonna lie. A couple of them followed. I'm just like, yo, they kind of bad. Okay, cool. Okay. Shows that. Okay. Shows that. Just double checking if my thing's still working. But I really need to figure out how. Well, yo, Sashi, is that you in there, bro? Is that you in the chat game? Hold on. Give me 1 second, yo. Wait, I've gotten 2 likes. Yo, what's up, bro? What's up? Hold on. Give me a sec. I don't know if I'm chatting to myself right now because I've joined my own live, or this is someone else. So you'll say hello. You'll say hello if you're in here. I'm just trying to figure out how to... Fuck it. I'm just going to do this. Okay, so now I should be able to see your comments, if your comment. So I'm quickly just gonna put this somewhere. Where's the best place to put this, y'all? I'm trying to figure out where do I put my phone so I'll be able to see it when it pops up. I'll put it anyway. Let's get to this. We are now on Tuesday. Is this Tuesday's trade? Yes, it is. It's Tuesday's trade. Tuesday's trade, how it ended. Wait, did I tell you the conclusion of this? Anyway, yeah, I kind of broke it down real deep and structured. Not structured. I broke it down real deep for the first trade on Monday. The lesson was simply to not add in that extra position because taking a loss is normal, but taking an unnecessary loss, which was an added position because price was messing around, is not good. So that's another thing to learn, just not to take that trade. Coming to Tuesday, this is how Tuesday's looking. I took an entry here, beautiful entry. The reason why I took this entry here was price was also being choppy today, and I wanted to experience something. What's up, extra viewer? Leave a hello because I don't know who you is. You have to let me know who you are. But anyway, explaining Tuesday's trade. I'll quickly take this out. So this trade, the reason why I took a sell here, and the reason why you think I made money from this trade. Also, actually, real quick, sorry, I'm looking at that. That like button. But you think I made money from this trade, but I actually didn't. I actually even. The reason why I broke even was because of this stupid fucking area right here. Stupid area right here. But it happens. So you just have to accept these break-even days because you can't really do anything about it. So I'm gonna let you guys know what I should have done or what I could have improved on for this trade so that I won. Which the answer is nothing. The answer is nothing. The only way I could have won from this at this time. Yo, people, leave that like. Just observe and take the knowledge. You people be joining, right? You'll be joining. You'll be joining when I'm talking, when I'm chatting. And you're like leaving that like, hitting that subscribe. Like, it's crazy. Like, get the fuck out my chat. But anyway, yo, I'm hyped. But you'll leave that like. Anyway, explain this trade. The reason why, I didn't actually win anything from this. I got absolutely $0 from this. When this could have given me over 200, probably. Is because simply this news. So news happened on Tuesday. I took a sell here. The reason why I took a sell here was because it was a simple setup, which is very choppy. The simple setup, which I'll explain to you all, is price this, right? Let's just keep this line here. Pretend this line is the blue aqua line just here. This is what price did. Oh, this is a price setup, actually. Setup is when price deviates. It means it moves away from the daily open and deviates 0.2% before coming back with the right timing, grabs its previous liquidity just here. So when the right timing's there, price is deviated more than 0.2% and then comes back to the daily open and just grabs that previous liquidity, that's a good sell. And you all can see it here. It's a little low-key. I did a really good job because you can see the exact thought and the reason why I was looking for sells in this today, not even because of what happened yesterday, not even because of was happening this week. It's purely because of the setup. And the setup was showing me to take a sell. So of seeing this, you guys see the exact same setup as you see here on Tuesday. And what happened was it happened early, guys. What happened was it just happened early. Price grabbed liquidity, did everything I wanted right here earlier. It did it at 5 p.m. And I usually trade from 6 p.m. onwards. Only for Fridays, it's 5:30 p.m. So from understanding this, I was just thinking, okay, so since price is doing the setup and price left early and price is actually following it, right? Because as soon as price grabbed that liquidity, which I talked to you all about, price instantly shot back down. The one thing that it did show me was that price didn't grab this bottom liquidity though. So, just disregarding all this extra stuff here, price didn't grab that bottom liquidity. And if price not grabbing that bottom liquidity, I was like, so if price comes back up here, it probably could come back down here and didn't fully grab that liquidity. And off knowing that, on top of that, guys, the reason why I actually took a sell on Euro USD, this is very important. Y'all. I don't know if you all have biases like this, but this is how my mini biases become very, very powerful. The reason why I took a sell on Euro USD, which I'll show you USD. The reason why I took a sell in Euro USD, even though it for break even, is also because of the mini biased. The only difference, I think, pretty sure the reason why I took a Euro USD sell than a GBP USD sell, and it's the bias. And what am I talking about? The bias, the monthly open price. So we've got all the way down here, y'all. This red line is the recent monthly open price. So if it's June or July, right? If it's June or July, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is in this month, price has not touched it since the start. So what that is telling me is that price is actually attracted to touching that monthly open price. So off that area, so off price not touching the monthly open price, I can assume that price wants to touch the monthly open price. As for GBP USD, if I check right now, right? If I check right now, this is what GBP USD was doing. The setup was all right. And what the setup is it's the 50% retracement. It's a different setup to what I was talking about on Euro USD. As for GBP USD, it's a 50% retracement. The confluences were there, but they weren't the strongest. So taking a sell here is not crazy. It's very understandable, but it's just off the weekly open price instead of a monthly open price. Not worth it, right? It's just better. It's better, and also coming to the GBP USD, which price actually did end up touching the GBP USD and not the Euro USD. If we look back here, right, swipe back here, price has touched it twice. So what this means is prices does not care about touching it too much. It doesn't need to touch it. In this case, and in this case on Euro USD, it didn't. But usually in these situations, when price touches the recent monthly open price multiple times, it doesn't really need to touch it again. It just so happened to be, but the probability of price touching it on GBP than Euro is usually higher on Euro because Euro has not touched it recently. So anyway, coming back to this, Euro USD's explanation on the reason why I broke even. That was just the reason why I got in the trade, right? The reason why I got in this trade is because it was the setup that I showed you. It was choppy because price moved early, and you can clearly see price wasn't as clean as what I showed you, the display. Price wasn't as clean as what I displayed it to be from my drawing, which was simply like this, a drawing, daily open. This is a daily open, guys, where price starts for the day. Price pushes off 0.2 and comes back up with good timing to grab that previous liquidity. This is a clean setup because you can see price wasn't doing all this bullshit. As for in price time, you can see price was doing all that. So it's more choppy, meaning you have to actually kind of understand what is happening. So from this, you can clearly see when price did do, I thought it did the whole move earlier, but didn't actually touch that bottom liquidity, which we can see right here. So I'll quickly just remove this. And if price not grabbing that whole liquidity, hold on. Let me just take a if can by the way. Who is in the viewership right now? Like, you only hit that like button, yo. Hit that like button. I'm just making sure everyone can hear me. You know, everything looks good. Shashi here. Because Shashi, you pretty goated, man. Apologies for not saying hello at the time because I didn't see it. Damn, I got 4 viewers, yo. See how I got 4 viewers and y'all ain't leaving a like. It's crazy. That's disrespect. This one viewer in this chat, leave the chat right now, or 2 viewers. But the 2 viewers, the one already liked. But this fuck out of my life, bro. Get the fuck out of my life if you ain't gonna leave a like. I'm gonna be waiting for that like, by the way. I'm gonna be waiting for that like. I'm just gonna try to find my phone. Oh, here it is. If you don't decide to hit that like button. Wait, have you already hit my like button? Oh, you probably have. My bad. My bad. I apologize. Anyway, let's get to the explanation. Right here. Anyway, I was explaining why price did what it did, why it was was a really good entry, the sell, even though price did the extra move early. The reason why I thought so is because price is choppy. Price did not grab that bottom liquidity, which I labeled just here, which I kind of displayed here. And price is coming into New York. And the two good timings to take a trade is at London Open and at New York. And it also depends on if there's news or not. People don't really care about this, but I care about this. When there's news, price is more volatile, meaning you don't really have to care too much about timing to take a sell at a certain area. As for when there's no news, you would have to care more because price could probably just disregard it because there's not too much volume and not too much resistance, even though it's a resistant area, right? So that's why I take into account, and I probably give price more time to formulate its sell or buy at a certain given area if there was no news. In this situation, there's news, and price was also at closer to New York and at good timing right now, and also grab liquidity. So that's why I took the sell here, because price was being choppy. Price did not grab the liquidity, which when it grabs this liquidity, and let's just say it did grab this liquidity and then push back up, I probably wouldn't be taking a sell. The reason why purely is because price already grabbed all the liquidity that I was looking at. If I was to take a sell, it was for a different motive. The motive was the weekly open price wasn't really touched since the start of the week, even though it's Tuesday, price can just come back to touch it again. And the recent monthly open price has not been touched in damn near a month. So price is kind of thirsting for those two things. Hold on 1 second. So anyway, so I took a sell, price ended up pushing down, and from price pushing down, during this whole push, this leg, I brought my stop loss to break even because it gave me that opportunity to move my stop loss to break even from price moving further away from my entry. And from price moving further away from my entry, that's when I moved my stop loss to break even. And obviously, when I was sleeping, price came back up to touch my break even before pushing back down. If I was to leave this trade with my full stop loss, I would have still been in and I would have been making hella profit, because I would have woken up at around 5 a.m. and this is 5 a.m. right here, y'all. So 5 a.m. I would have been up a 1 to 6. Ended up break even. The reason why is because I'm playing safe and I'm playing with my strategy. It happens. So coming to Wednesday, I'm pretty sure I probably took a trade on Wednesday then. If I didn't take a trade on Wednesday on GBP, it just means that was when holidays were. Holidays on Wednesday. Yep. Okay, here it is. Here is the trade on Wednesday. I actually don't remember this trade, to be honest, but I'll just remember it. Okay, this. I just have to understand first if it was actually news or not on this day. Wednesday, the 18th of June. Wednesday, the 18th of June. Give me 1 second, y'all. What I'm doing right now is I'm checking if there's time. The time on Wednesday, if it was news or not. Because like I said, y'all, news matters a lot. Well, to me, it does for my trading, for my setup. News kind of matters. So I'm just going to quickly do something. It says I have 2 viewers right now. You'll say hello. Say hello, blood. You can say hello, man. I want to know who you are. Are you Shashi? Or are you somebody that I know? Or are you just somebody who's very interested in trading and you kind of just looking how my program? But anyway, just saying hello to you. This one here. Wednesday, the reason why I took a buy here was simply because, by the way, I'll let you guys know as well, there was news today. The reason why I took a buy here was also because price lined up for another setup. The setup was simply this, which I'll show you guys first through my painting because I'm great at drawing. It's open, y'all. And we'll say this is the monthly open. Price pushed up 20% once again and came back down with the right timing. And price came here, which is a 50% retracement. So if I was to put this, I don't know what you would call this, but the square, if price came halfway or a little bit less, right? So price came, hold on, I'll leave this here. So if price came halfway or even a little bit less, a little bit lower, it would still be counted as a pretty good trade because it's around the monthly open price. And it's also with the right timing. So this is just another setup to take. As I expected price to do. Well, what did price do? Coming to this of the time which I would be waiting on right here. I actually have to scratch that, y'all. I have to scratch that because there's two setups which I was waiting for in this situation, or what happened in this situation. The first initial situation was I was actually supposed to take a sell on EU, but EU actually didn't do my setup till no, EU come back for my setup. My bad, yo. My brain is kind of foggy. EU didn't actually come back for my setup, and it looks something like this. Practically another sell which I could have taken was right here, is what I'm saying. The reason why I did not take the sell here was because, and it would have been a break-even trade. A break-even trade, yeah, for sure, a break-even trade. The reason why I didn't take the sell here was because I was looking at EU at the time, and EU was looking like a better setup, way. So I was waiting on price to actually complete that setup for me to hop in. Price never completed that setup, so I didn't actually hop in the trade. So I kind of let this day go through, and getting closer to the end of the day, at the start of New York, price lined up with another good setup, which was a buy. And since it was news, I took that buy. The reason why I took it when there was news is because the price is more volatile. It may actually go in my favor, which it did temporarily, because there's a lot of volume, purely just because of that. So I was like, okay, cool. Price did my exact same setup, which I showed you guys right here. I just did it a little bit later. It's preferably better to do in London, but I did it in coming into New York, which is okay. And since there's news, it doesn't really matter if it's good timing or not. But since it was good timing on top of that, plus news, plus coming into New York, it's like, yo, there's too much lineup that you have to take the buy. So I took the buy here. Price kind of pushed up, and from that initial push up, I was also asleep. Sorry. From that initial push up, I brought my stop loss to break even again because it moved up enough for me to bring it to stop to break even. When I was sleeping, price hit back and hit my stop loss, which is at my entry area. And then price kind of just ranged up a bit, up and down for a bit, and continued pushing down. In this situation, nothing wrong just because this is a break-even trade. But what I could have done in Euro USD, which is a special thing, so we go back to Euro USD because this is the one I was actually waiting for on Euro USD. Right here. So what happened for Euro USD? Price pushed off this area. Remember, this news, meaning price is volatile. By the time I was on the charts, price is already here. What I was waiting for price to do, I was waiting for price to come back up here so I can actually take a sell exactly from here. And from taking a sell here, I'll probably put my stop loss maybe somewhere here. Maybe somewhere like that. Or, hold on, yeah. Or something like this. No, probably something like this. I'm keeping it real. First trade would have been something like this, which this would have been a break-even trade because price wouldn't have hit my take profit, but it would have brought pushed down further enough for me to bring my stop loss to break even. But it would have been a 1 to 8 if this happened, right? So this is what I was looking at. Price didn't actually decide to come back up, so I lost this trade. Not really lost this trade, but just this trade setup never actually happened. And that's why I went to GBP USD. But the point is, for this trade is nothing because it's break even, and honestly, it was supposed to be a loss if I let this go. Coming to was bank holiday for USD, so there was no trades at all whatsoever. And then coming to Friday, this is how it looked, y'all. And this low-key hurt out a little bit. Y'all would a peep. Understand this. When it's riding like this, it means I fucked up because I either missed a pretty good trade, which how this trade would have ended would have been something like this. I'm not gonna lie to you, something like this, or something like this, which would be a simple 1 to 6.8, but still good. And this is my description for this trade. Entered in and took out hastily as price was in a 1 of 3 good areas, which I risked too much. Lesson to learn is to split risk for the day in 3 parts. So what this means is this trade here, sometimes you have to act on the fly, guys. That's another lesson, which is practically what I was saying in the description. You have to act on the fly. The reason why you have to act on the fly is because what price did here is price did another, or the exact same setup that I displayed here, just here, and it came deeper. The reason why is, remember, the aqua line is the daily open. Here, if I was to measure something out like this, you see how I said price came super deep, and it came super deep, and it came into the recent monthly open price. So it was lining up well with good timing. Remember, guys, with good timing. And on Friday, you can take a trade from 5:30 to 6 p.m. instead of just 6 p.m. So from here, y'all, this is where 5:30 was, and 5:30 was up here in this area. So price already made a move from the initial area which I was waiting for. So you can say the lesson to learn is probably to take a trade early. Usually take trades at 5 p.m. But anyway, from this area, price came back down to retest it, and from this retest, I was just questioning it because price wasn't perfect, right? And I have to understand price doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to kind of align and do what it's, told, sort of thing. It just kind of align. You learn your lesson, and it has to be worth the trade. That's another thing. So from the situation, this trade wasn't even worth the trade that I took out because I risked too much. Because since it was, okay, I'm sorry, y'all. My brain is dying. I didn't sleep. But the point is, there were 3 areas which I could have taken a sell from. One of them was this area. Another one was this area. And another one was this area. Pretty sure. Initially, when I took a buy here, I only risked $50 instead of $33. The reason why it matters to risk $33 is because price could have easily done something like this, taking me out, and then came here and then pushed up. Or could have done this, taking me out, and then pushed up from here. My initial risk for today is $100, and that's why I say I've risked $33, because off risking $33 means I have 3 chances of price doesn't want to price wants to disrespect the first area and the second. I still have that extra risk that I can risk the third one instead of having to risk $300 and potentially losing more for something that I only wanted to risk $100 for the day. So this trade is kind of a missed trade here. Like when price was pushing up here, I took out, and then when I adjusted my risk, I was about to add in, and price was already like up here. It wasn't worth it, and that's why I missed this trade. Not really missed this trade, but I did miss this trade. Coming to this trade here, this one's kind of annoying, guys. This is kind of annoying. So this is another fat trade. And what I was looking for here was simply a sell here. I'm not going to explain it because I'm too slack here, but the point is I was looking for a sell here. This would have given me something like a 1 to 2.26, which is absolutely beautiful. Price kind of came in later on in the day, but it came with perfect timing, y'all. It came at 8:20 or 8:15, 8:20, which is perfect timing for taking a sell at this area. Just trust me. So this is where I was supposed to be taking a sell from. Where I actually took a sell from was here. The reason why I took a sell from here is because I was cooking. And when I got back to the chart, I saw price already moved all the way down here in like 10 to 15 minutes. So I was just like, it ain't even worth it. It's not even worth it. It's worth taking the sell because it's a really good lineup. But I just have to have a massive stop loss. So from this all happening, I had a massive stop loss, took a sell here. When price came down here, that was enabling me to bring my stop loss to break even. Once I brought my stop loss to break even, price came back and hit me. And the thing that I can actually learn from this trade was actually to keep my stop loss here, because this is where my original stop loss should have been. And I risked $100 on this trade. That's the most fucked up part too. I could have made a decent amount, even if it was a 1 to 1.4. Could price it exactly what I wanted it to, but I just ended up losing, and it is what it is. But then I see closer here because I thought price actually did push down here, but in the end, price actually didn't even touch the daily open. So it was a good thing it hit my break even, because I would have lost this if I would have lost a bit if I was, telling you what I was supposed to, what I could have done, the lesson I could have learned. Anyway, that's it for the week, but you can clearly see that there's a few things which I could have avoided, or a few things which I could have done better to get better wins, which was this one, a sell, just, being there on time, and taking the sell at that area. Would that have changed the situation? Maybe. This, and yeah, that's really it, y'all. This one, I don't think, yeah, and also not taking added position here. I would have lost less this week. So, yeah, that's really it, y'all. It was a little bit of a what the fuck? Oh, there we go. It was a little bit of a longer day. Sorry, it was a little bit of a longer explanation, y'all, but got down to it and ended up with just a, you know, a little bit down, like $80 down this week, which is okay. And it's just lessons to learn, y'all. But I'm super tired. I'm also a little bit hungry. I also haven't watched anime. I also got work tomorrow. And I just had to get this out, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll probably have a live for tomorrow at Sunday. Every single one of y'all are good. And Sushashi, I want to see you tomorrow. I apologize. I didn't see you then.